Imagine a time when different groups of people were moving around, trying to find good places to settle. This was way before Nigeria was even a country, just different kingdoms and communities. One group of people, who were strong and brave hunters and farmers, were traveling. They had been walking for many days, through thick forest and across rivers. They were looking for a place with fertile land to grow their food and a safe place to build their homes. Now, the leader of this group was a wise old man, whose name was Baba Oladil, Father Oladil. He had seen many things in his life and was respected by everyone. He would always be at the front, guiding them and making sure they didn't lose their way. As they moved, they faced many challenges. Sometimes the path was rough, other times wild animals would cross their way. They had to work together, the strong ones helping the others to keep going. They also encountered other groups of people along the way. Some were friendly, sharing food and water, and offering directions. But others were wary and protective of their own territories. There were tense moments, standoffs, and sometimes even small skirmishes. Baba Oladil's wisdom and his ability to mediate often helped them avoid major conflicts. He always preached peace and tried to find ways for them to coexist or move on without bloodshed. They were a tight-knit group, and they relied on each other. One day, after a particularly tiring journey, they climbed a high hill. From the top, they could see a vast land stretching out before them. It looked green and full of promise. Rivers snaked through the land, and the soil looked rich and dark. The people were excited. They felt like their long journey might finally be coming to an end. As they started to descend the hill and explore this new land, they noticed something interesting about the ground. In many places, the soil was rocky, not just small pebbles, but big, hard stones sticking out of the earth. It made walking a bit difficult, and they had to be careful where they stepped. But these rocks weren't just a nuisance, they were also strong and durable. The people realized that these rocks could be used to build strong foundations for their houses and protect their settlement. The rocks were a part of the land, something they would have to live with and even use to their advantage. As they settled in different parts of this new land, they kept encountering these rocks. It became a defining feature of the place. When people from other traveling groups asked where they had settled, they would often describe the land by pointing out the abundance of rocks. "We live in the land with many Ekiti," they would say. Ekiti in our language means hills or rocky places. They would use this word so often when talking about their home. Over time, the name stuck. The land became known by the most noticeable thing about it, the many rocky hills. So, instead of just saying, "the land with many Ekiti," it slowly evolved into a name for the entire region, Ekiti. You can imagine the relief and joy they must have felt when they finally reached that high hill and saw the fertile land stretching out before them. It was a reward for their perseverance, a sign that their long and difficult journey might finally be over. Life in the new land started with hard work, but also with a growing sense of hope. The first shelters, built with mud and the strong Ekiti rocks, provided safety. Families worked together, their laughter and songs echoing through the valleys as they cleared the land. The soil, rich and dark as they had hoped, responded well to their efforts. Soon, the first green shoots emerged, promising a good harvest. The taste of freshly grown yams and vegetables after their long journey was sweeter than anything they had known before. As their farms flourished, different settlements began to have more than they needed of certain things. One village might have a particularly skilled group of weavers, producing beautiful cloths. Another might have become adept at crafting tools from the iron they found. It was natural that the idea of exchange began to take root. At first, people would travel between nearby settlements, trading goods amongst themselves. A basket of extra yams might be exchanged for a newly woven mat, or some iron knives for a supply of beans. These exchanges were small and personal, but as the communities grew, so did the need for a more central meeting place. The spot they chose was a natural clearing where several paths from different settlements converged. It was also close to a cluster of large, distinctive rock formations that served as a landmark for everyone. People started meeting there on certain days, bringing their surplus goods to trade. The very first market day was a lively affair. People were excited to see what others had to offer. There were shouts of greetings, the clatter of goods being exchanged, and the happy cries of children. Farmers laid out their produce, yams, cassava, corn, and fruits. Craftspeople displayed their wares, pottery, baskets, woven fabrics, and wooden tools. Hunters brought smoked meat, and those who had learned to tap palm trees offered sweet palm wine. Baba Oledil, even in his old age, made sure to attend these early gatherings. He encouraged fair dealings and reminded everyone of the importance of community and respect. The market became more than just a place to trade. It was a place to meet friends, share news, and celebrate their growing prosperity. As word of this fertile land and the bustling market spread, other groups of people, who were still searching for a stable home, began to arrive. Some were families who had faced similar hardships, others were skilled artisans or hunters drawn by the promise of a better life. These new arrivals were generally welcomed, although there were sometimes minor tensions as they integrated into the existing communities. Baba Olodil often played a crucial role in mediating any disputes and ensuring that everyone understood the importance of unity. He would remind them of their own difficult journey and the kindness they had hoped to receive. With the arrival of more people, the settlement expanded, and the market grew even larger and more diverse. People from further away started to come, bringing new goods and new ideas. The clearing near the rocks became a vibrant hub of activity, a testament to the resilience and hard work of the initial settlers. Now, when people from other regions asked where they were from, the common answer often involved the most striking feature of their land. "We are from the land with the many Ekiti," they would say, pointing in the general direction of their home. The traders who came to their market would also refer to the area by this description. Slowly, the phrase started to stick. Instead of saying, "the people who live in the land with many Ekiti," it became simpler, a way to identify the entire region and its people. The market, being the central meeting point, became strongly associated with this name. People would say, "I'm going to the market in the land of Ekiti." As the community of Ekiti grew, the initial settlements branched out, forming new towns and villages across the fertile land. Different areas, with their unique resources and the skills of the people who settled there, began to develop their own distinct character and traditions. The potters of Ailita, one group, who settled near a rich deposit of fine clay, became renowned for their pottery. They learned to craft beautiful and durable pots, bowls, and storage containers. Their town became known as Ailita, House of Clay, and people from all over Ekiti would travel there to acquire their expertly made earthenware. The rhythmic thud of their mallets shaping the clay and the smoke rising from their kilns became a familiar sound in that part of Ekiti. They developed unique firing techniques and decorative patterns that were passed down through generations, becoming a proud tradition of Ailita. The weavers of Oven, another settlement, found itself in a region where the cotton grew particularly well. The women of this area became highly skilled in weaving intricate and colorful cloths. Their town, Oven, became synonymous with fine textiles. They developed their own looms and dyeing methods, creating patterns that told stories and represented the heritage of their families. The vibrant fabrics of Oven were highly prized and traded far beyond the borders of Ekiti, bringing wealth and recognition to their town. They even had special weaving songs and rituals associated with their craft. The blacksmiths of Era, in a hilly area rich in iron ore, a group of strong and resourceful men established the town of Era, meaning anvil or a thunderbolt in some interpretations, fitting for the powerful work they did. They became the blacksmiths of Ekiti, skilled in forging tools for farming, weapons for hunting and defense, and even intricate metal ornaments. The clang of their hammers on iron echoed through the hills, a testament to their vital role in the growing community. Join us again for more exceptional and interesting stories on the Spectres of the Ancestors TV. Please like, share and subscribe.